Hi, I'm Kat, the Book Tart, and I want to tell you about a contemporary romance I just finished. It's called Alex's Destiny, and it's book 4 in Amy Gregory's Racing to Love series. There you go. And you don't have to have read all of the previous books to be able to get sucked into this story. Alex's Destiny and the Racing to Love series is set in the motocross world, and I don't know much about it, but it's fascinating and adrenaline rush, and it's racers and trainers, and Alex happens to be a trainer. She's very good at what she does. She can do what the boys do, but she gets her joy out of teaching. So she works at her family's motocross school, and she is in love with Dallas. She's been in love with him for years. She's been waiting for him to wake up and see that. She, her dream is that when he retires from motocross, they'll be together and they'll be trainers. He feels like his feelings for her are wrong. He's kind of a family member, though they're not actually related. But he's grown up as her, part of her family. And so he thinks that it would mess with their entire family if he were to pursue something with her. So he does something really boneheaded and tries to cut that possibility off, and it breaks her heart. And you wanted to punch him or shake him or something, but Amy made it so that you could see his pain as well. So I was feeling for both of them. This story has a lot of snark and humor, but also a lot of pain and rip your guts out and make you cry. Um, the characters are so well drawn, and the family dynamic, and everyone in the family. So there's that story of, well, the story of their love, but there's also a huge life-changing tragedy that happens to Alex, and seeing how she has to pick up the pieces and deal with that, and how her family gathers around her to support her, and how Dallas discovers what he really wants and what he wants to fight for. It's beautiful, and like I said, it made me cry, but it also um, made me hope. And I highly recommend Alex's Destiny by Amy Gregory. I want to read you a smidge when Dallas is realizing what a wrong decision he made when he tried to end any possibility of romance with him and Alex. This is from chapter 7, and he's just coming off the racetracks. Um, let's see, and he didn't do so well. What the hell was that, Hunter? His team manager yelled, even though they were mere feet apart. Whatever you have going on in your personal life that's playing mind games with you, fix it, now. The adrenaline running through his body due to the speed he flew over the dirt tracks spiked once again, but this time it was because of anger. Flinging the bike onto its designated stand in his factory pit area, Dallas grasped at his gloves, yanking them off one by one, then attacked the straps on his helmet with the same fierceness. He stomped into the semi, grinding his teeth as he slid the door shut hard behind him, and hoped to put a barrier between him and his bosses. Setting his helmet down on the counter, he grabbed his cell, then a bottle of water from the refrigerator, and slumped onto the booth at the table. Thankfully, everyone else remained on the other side of the door. He needed the space and some quiet to settle himself. Pulling a long draw of the cold water helped, as did crossing his arms over his head and yanking off his sweaty jersey. Leaning back against the cool vinyl was a sudden shock, but within a second it had warmed to a skin temperature. Picking up his cell off the table, Dallas swallowed hard. He knew better than to expect a missed call, but he couldn't help but hope. With one click, the screen lit up, and he'd been right. Damn it. Why he expected her to make the first move he didn't know. Was he acting his age? Well, no, of course not. Was he acting like a man? Unfortunately, in the eyes of most women, yes. But he'd hurt her, and now that a week had passed, the distance and time were making it harder and harder to make the first move. Letting out a deep breath, he took another large swig of the cold water. With his head tilted upward, he nearly choked on the water as the phone in his hands vibrated. A simple text, but from the right person. Race safe. I love Alex and Dallas together, and this is a beautiful story. Go read Alex's Destiny by Amy Gregory. Thanks from Book Tart.